Well, good afternoon. I thought I'd take you guys around the farm real fast and just give you some updates on some of the things I've worked on. Let's go out to the front gate real fast and I'll show you that first. All right, that's the gate. Let me close it. Show you what it looks like closed. It really wasn't hard at all to put up, which is good because I'm not the swiftest person on the block. Close it up here. Okay. So what we ended up doing was pushing those rocks to each corner, and then, the gate came up pretty sweet. Julia did this part of the garden, so in the springtime we should have some nice blooms. But that's the gate, 151. The solar lights work really well, just enough to let you see the post and an address marker. That's really about it. Alright, let's take a walk down to the area that I'm clearing. Check that out. This is a spot I've been working on clearing. It was all overgrown back in there like this, and all of this over here was all overgrown. And so what I've done is remove all the trees that were bad and decaying and rotting, and cleaned up the overflow seasonal creek that's back there. Just cleaned it out, dug it out. But what we're going to do is come back on the other side of that. We're going to plant bamboo in that corner. And this side I'll just keep adding topsoil to when I get it to I can get to the point where I'm happy, which is that probably I got to come up another 6 inches across the whole thing. So the fescue that we planted is grown right in. You can see that there. Did a really good job, even though the chickens were on it pretty hard. So once springtime comes around and this all dries out, I'll probably get back to doing work on it, but right now it's just too wet to have the tractor on it. So let's take a walk up to the pond. Okay, we're up at the pond. Let me go over here and step across. Get up here and show you what we got. It's looking good. So when we moved in here, the only water was over in this corner. It was a pond, and it was real small. This whole area was overgrown weed, and it was runoff area, and it was just really useless. So what I did was I put in this berm here to catch the water, and I dug it out all through here. Nothing deep. I think at most it's like probably 4 feet deep right in through this channel. The channel's pretty deep. So I've done all this stuff in the hopes that sorry, I just got distracted by a pack of goats. Hey, goats. I'll deal with them in a second. So what we plan on doing is I want to keep the water level a little higher, so I'm going to have to raise my drain that's over here. This one here. What I got to do is open this dam wall up and then raise the pipe another 6 inches or so. And then we'll extend this berm wall down, and that'll contain more water. And then on this side, I'll just have to make the berm another, foot higher or whatever it is. So that's kind of where I am with this. The pond was completely dry at the end of summer. I mean, it was bone dry. And a big part of that was because I had to tear open a wall, and we lost most of the water before it got really warm. And then when it did get warm, it just got just really dry. So I'll take a walk around and take a couple other photos here. So we were just over on that berm wall. We walked over, cut through. This is all just runoff area. It's all pitched towards the pond, and it'll hold water until it goes over that berm over there, or out the drain. So I can get a lot more surface area, and I think that's what we'll do come this summer when it dries up again. I'll drain the water again, and then I'll get back to digging. And what I think we might do is, I really don't know. I just want to dig a little more and get a little more pond put in place, if you will. So, but that's that for now. This is another ongoing project that'll go on for probably a few years. We planted all kinds of fescue in here too, but this one got decimated by chickens. There's some that has taken off, so some of these patches hopefully will grow back in, but really pleased with what we've done here so far. But let's take a walk over to my hugel culture mound. Why don't we do that? Thought I'd stop here on my way to the my hugel culture mound. Things have kind of just ground to a halt because of the weather. I don't like working in the rain, cold. I just don't. Not if I don't have to, So this is where I'm at still. I'm just over halfway. Who knows? The next time I'm up there, I hope to get at least half that done. But once again, I got until February, and if I'm just not well or whatever, I just won't get it done as fast. But it's been nice with the rain because the animals can stand under there and be out of the direct downfall of the rain. My only problem at the moment still is I gotta grade a little more of this soil back, so the water runs down away from the barn. It'll run, I'll have that be the high edge, and then as it gets closer to me, it'll be a little lower. That way all the groundwater will run out away. So, keep in mind I'm not a carpenter by any means, but we'll get it done. All right, now let's take a walk over the hugel culture. It's right here, so we don't have to go far. Our girl Morgie is right here. When she passed, we squished her feet into the concrete here and made a little brick memorial thing for her. So it's one of the best spots in the farm for viewing. We put that bench there so we could sit with Morgie, but in the summertime it's just awesome up here. So the hugelkultur mound. Now I've talked about this in other videos. I even made that one video about hugelkultur mound. So this is mine right now. And don't be alarmed by all the water. It's actually a good thing for what I'm trying to do. What happened was, and let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Okay. The previous owner dug out this little depression through here to help catch rainwater and filter it down and off the property. It is what it is, and what I use it for was the hugelkultur mound, because one of the principles of the hugelkultur mound is to get your material that the mound is made up with so saturated with water it becomes a sponge and reaches the top layer of soil to help feed the plants and water the plants. This dries up completely in the summertime, and it may fill up for a brief moment after a thunder shower, but it real quickly drains again. So I think I might put another hugelkultur mound like right here next to it. Things just did so well on the mound. I feel I ought to try again. So dig it right here where I got a huge reserve of water that can charge up the wood with water and the composting material with water, all that stuff, so it can break down really nice and water the plants and whatnot. So, but that's that. I want to take a walk over by the animals for a minute. Somehow they all got out. I got to figure that out too. So let me do that. Alrighty. Had to go over and close the gate on the other end of the pasture here. We let the goats out the other day and yesterday to just frolic in the field, and forgot to close it apparently. So they all got out. They're just hanging out. But do a little update on these buggers too. We have 5 females and two bucks. One is fixed, and the other one isn't. So let's go down the line. This here's Trouble. It's her son that is fixed, and we're hoping Trouble's getting pregnant. We're hoping Bella's getting pregnant. This young lady, Tansy, I don't think she is mature enough to get pregnant, but we'll see. And this is Bilberry. Bilberry is the one that has been fixed. Nutmeg, we hope, will be pregnant. Al is the guy who's getting people pregnant. At least he should be. And then Cinnamon, she should be getting pregnant. So all in all, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 of the girls getting pregnant from Al. We'll see. That at the very earliest, it would be February that we would see babies. So, speaking of, the other issue we had most recently was back in April. My wife picked up 4 chickens, 3 hens, and 1 rooster. I wanted the rooster personally because I wanted to start breeding the chickens really just when we needed them, like say our flock was getting a little old and thin or whatever. I could hatch out another dozen eggs and rejuvenate the flock, But the rooster turned out to be a really, really aggressive jerk, and he killed one of the hens from the original flock that wasn't in his flock, and he beat the snot out of these other two. Actually, there's a third one around here that's really tore up. So he killed one, was in the process of killing two, possibly three more, and that was just too much for us. So what we had to do was put him down. We tried to give him away. Nobody was interested. And when I went up the morning that I had to put him down, I went up there and he tried to attack me. And it's like, he's just doing his job. I totally get it. I totally get it. But he was killing other animals in the flock. And that's not good. That's not good. For one, he's developed a certain threshold that he is going to go to, which is death. He's willing to kill other hens and stuff. And if that's the case, you just can't put a price tag on that, because it's just so disruptive. The chickens stop laying eggs, and they're all very screwed up now and paranoid. And so I did what I felt I had to do, and it is what it is. But so the chickens are doing much better. It's only been like 3 days, and they're all looking better already. They're acting much calmer. There's a lot less noise coming from the barn. There used to be a lot of noise, him crowing, but also him starting fights with everybody and whatever, You got to do what you got to do. So, but that's really where we're at right now, the Sundberg family farm. Some projects in motion, other projects not. Big log that I plan to saw up and make into boards. Our compost pile. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of these updates. Hopefully, as I develop relationships with you folks on the channel, you'll get to recognize my property in different places. Certainly don't want you coming to my house. But, when I'm talking about a pasture, it would be nice if you guys, could visualize it in your head, because you saw me having it in the video. And that's really what I wanted to do, show these things in the video. And that way, as I talk about them, they become, that way if I talk about them, they become, a little more clear in your imagination. So hanging with the goats is a good time. Hey, you never know though, they're shady. Well, that's all for today, folks. Really, I just wanted to give that little tour and just killing time, and I thought put together a little video. So, all right, folks, take care.